Hey Dave, hope you're well. What's the expectation for David Price, and how many innings do you suspect that he will get today?
I think one time through the order is probably what we're hoping for.
And then for the Dodgers at home this season, you are 16-6. You have the best record in the league. What is it about playing at home that really allows your team to be so successful?
I think there's a lot of it. I think obviously we're comfortable here. Having fans back certainly helps. Guys are into their routines. Having that last at bat, I think, is an advantage as well if we need it. So there's just a combo, and it's a good thing we play well at home. And just off this last road trip, it was good to see us play better on the road too.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Next question's from Dave Vassar. Go ahead, Dave.
Hi, Dave. AJ Pollock was running the bases out here a few minutes ago. Is that an indication that he's getting close to being activated?
Yeah, certainly it's a step in the right direction. I think that we got to have that conversation with AJ, just kind of looking at how much time he's missed, how the at-bats as far as what he needs to go out and play. Is it live AB simulated, or is it going out there to OKC and play baseball games? So certainly a step in the right direction now.
After what happened the last time, him coming back and re-injuring the hamstring, are you a little bit more hesitant to maybe take the player's word for it, and you want to see a little bit more?
With a player like AJ, you still have to have that dialogue. I think he's earned it, but certainly it wasn't ideal to have him come back in the first day, re-injure the hamstring. So we'll continue to talk. I believe in the training staff, and with the right information, with conversations, we'll do what's best for AJ.
Is today just a day off for Lux? Was there any other reason why Taylor is in there and he's not?
No, just today. Then we'll run him up to the off day. But Gavin's been playing fantastic baseball.
And last thing for you, Dave, Corey Seager's out here doing some stuff with his glove. And just curious if you've had a chance to talk to him today about how far the recovery has come since being injured.
I haven't talked to Corey yet. I'll grab him here a little bit later. I know that Brandon McDaniel stayed back with him and got the conditioning part of things, the leg work, the glove work, which was great. So I think the overall plan is once he's healthy enough to come back, play games, we just want him to hit the ground running. So Corey is definitely on that plan. So he's just such a great worker.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Next question is from Juan Toribio. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, how are you? With AJ, if he does need to play in some games, do you think it'll be a couple of at-bats? Do you think he would need a decent amount of at-bats? Like, how do you think that rehab process will go?
If we decide to go that route, I don't think it would be more than 3 or 4 games.
And then with David Price, have you guys considered building him up to be somewhat of a starter, or are you guys comfortable with him just being there as a reliever?
I think right now we just love where he's at, taking down 1 inning, 1+, having him be more relevant in more games. But in this situation right now, we just need a little bit more. It's just not ideal, but the hope is to have Tony come back, slot in that starter role, and then get David, like I said, more relevant in more games, in a week, each week.
And Dave, just kind of curious, has it been difficult navigating your bullpen, knowing that you have a bullpen game like once a week at this point?
Yeah, I mean, it's not certainly ideal to kind of run this formula out for 4 or 5 turns potentially, but I think the main thing is the players, the pitchers involved are all in and understand what's best for our ball club. So that just makes my job, Mark's job, much easier.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Next question is from Mike DiGiovanna. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, I'm sure you've faced Alex Wood as an opponent before, but is it a little different when this guy you're trying to beat tonight just helped you win a World Series last October?
I love Alex. I have no problem trying to beat him. I'll always love him, think the world of him. But he's a great competitor. I mean, this guy is, he thinks a lot of he has a lot of confidence and believes in his abilities to make pitches. And it's always fun competing against people. But, it's a little bit more fun competing against guys, because I know we know the way he thinks, and it just accentuates that cat and mouse more. But I'm forever grateful for what he did for us.
And is everything still on track for Cody for Saturday?
As of now, as I sit here, everything is on track for him to be back with us on Saturday.
Thanks, Dave.
Next question is from Fabian Ardaya. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave. Some of the guys were saying after Woods started against you guys last week that he's still doing some things a little bit different than he did last year in a sense. Like, do you have a sense of what it is that Alex Wood is doing different this year?
I don't know. I think, he's getting ahead with the fastball. There's a back foot to righties, breaking ball in there, slurve, slider, the change. He'll take a shot in on the right-hander with the fastball, up and in to straighten the guy up. But for me, I think it's a lot of what he's done. He tries to keep the ball down for the most part.
And then back to Gonsolin. It was 3 innings last time for him at AAA. Is that still the plan for tomorrow to go 3, or can you stretch him out to 4?
The hope is 4, and then if he can touch the 5th, that'd be fantastic.
And then would that I know you mentioned that the 4-inning mark is about where you wanted him before you'd activate him. Is that sort of a last step for him?
I think we see 2 more. So this one coming, and then he'll have another one, call it next Tuesday, something like that.
Thanks, Dave.
Yep.
Next question is from JP Hoornstra. Go ahead.
Hey, Dave, is the plan for Brusdar still to pitch to Zach and Cody tomorrow in Phoenix?
I think right now Brusdar, those guys are with the OKC team. And so I think that Brusdar is in Arizona. So I know he's going to face some hitters tomorrow. I just don't know which guys.
Gotcha. So Cody and Zach will stay with OKC until they come back.
Right. Cody flew home to Arizona to do some work in Arizona and then to meet the team wherever they're at now.
Gotcha. And then just going back to something you said about David, is your preference to have him pitch fewer innings in more games strictly out of respect to his physical workload coming off a season in which he didn't pitch?
Not necessarily. I think that you could argue building them up, getting them on a regular routine might be more beneficial. I think that everyone's different. I think that David is of the mind. I think we're of the mind that where he's at, kind of the short burst, impacting more games is better for him and better for the Dodgers in 21.